For your final activity for today, you are going to be working with elevation. Remember, in the beginning of these slides, you wrote down what elevation was in your math vocabulary notebook. You're going to use that information to help you with this problem. So, in your workbook on page 105 and 106, you should see this image here that shows different animals. This is a seagull. This is a dolphin, a penguin, a shark, a fish, and below here, it's kind of hard to see, it's underneath my things, is an octopus. Okay? So for the first question, you are just going to simply record down in your workbook how far above or below each sea animal it is. Measure to their eye level. So you can see the little white dot on each animal. That is eye level. So some of these you may have to estimate for, but that's okay. For example, an easy one is the bird is positive 10 meters above sea level. So 10 meters above sea level. Remember to be thinking about positive being above sea level and negative being below. After you are done recording that down in your workbook, I have placed the correct answers here. I have blinded them out for now so that you can't see it in this video, but know that you will have the correct answers here that will help you with the next slides and the next questions. Question number 2 will ask you to write down your answers off to the side. This is a 3-part question. So a ray, this guy right here is a ray, is 3 meters above the surface of the ocean. I want to know from this guy here, how does his distance compare to each of these? So how does his distance compare to the dolphins? How far away is he from the dolphins in terms of sea level? Now, I realize he is way over here and the dolphin is way over here, but we're talking about in terms of sea level. What about the flying seagull? If this is, let's say, 7 and the seagull is 10, well, then we would know that the seagull is 3 meters above the ray. But we know that's not 7, so don't use that number. And last but not least, the octopus down on the bottom. This one may be a little bit tougher. You have to think, again, if this is 7, then you know it's 7 to get down to 0, and then another 10 to get down to the octopus. And so in that case, it would be 17 meters below the ray. And again, we know that's not 7, so you may have to consider the different number. So you're going to think about how this guy right here matches up to those different animals. Like how far away are they from the different animals? And then record your answer on the Pear Deck. You're going to be doing the same thing with this next question. Now, I did skip a question from your workbook. I did skip question number 3, and that's okay. Just less things you have to do because number 3 was very similar to number 2 and number 4. So in this case, a clownfish is 2 meters below the surface. I want to know, how does this compare to the dolphin? Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this example here. So we know this guy is 2. And we know from the couple slides ago that this guy is 3. This guy's actually -2, excuse me. And so the distance between them, it would be 2 to get to 0, and then 3 to get up to the dolphin. So you have 2 plus the 3. That means the distance between them is 5. And so you would write in jumping dolphin, 5. You're going to do the same idea with the seagull. And you're going to do the same idea with the octopus. The final question has to do with you thinking about where the dolphin is placed. So we know the dolphin is placed at 3 meters right now. Okay, so we know that for a fact. I want to know if this guy is at 3 meters and there's another dolphin that's 3 meters away, what is the possible distance from the ocean it is? So think about it. There are two possible answers here because he could be 3 above or he could be 3 below. So use that thought to answer and write in your question.